And this is like almost an emergency pod right after the morning after it happening, but we're on schedule at the same time. So, Rich, what the fuck is going on with the world? Luka Doncic is in Los Angeles now.
I'm more excited about Markieff Morris in Los Angeles, but I mean, to each his own, I guess, right?
The champ reunion with LeBron.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I woke up. I woke up a little bit before 5:30 for whatever reason, and then I seen it. I couldn't believe it. I don't even the I don't know how you trade Luka.
Me neither.
I don't understand how you trade Luka. I guess they were talking about his conditioning wasn't great, and but I mean, sending you to back-to-back conference finals, the way he carried that first conference finals team with not much talent, obviously a lot more talent this year
Mm-hmm.
with last season, but I don't even know what to say. It's so shocking to me you trade a superstar like that.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I think it's the most surprising trade ever.
It really is, and it's really for two MVP guys. I mean, two guys that could definitely be in the MVP running. Maybe not this season, but I'm saying in
This
years past.
season.
Yeah, but I'm saying in years past they've been top 5 in MVP voting, and Anthony Davis is one of the best two-way players in the league. And then you have Luka Doncic, who's putting up numbers that we've never really even seen before to start their career, and he's only 25 years old.
Right.
And now he's playing with LeBron. LeBron, big fan of Luka, and a lot of people. Some people were talking about. I don't know how it works. I think they're going to make it work. With I know they have the ball in their hands a lot, especially Luka. But I think LeBron's okay with taking the back seat at 40 years old. I mean, now you have, and now to me, that's what the Lakers have a true number one option now.
That's a true number one. I was about to say, you have a point.
Because
Taking the ball out of LeBron's hands, and Luka's going to do that.
Yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts because Luka doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, and you can rely on Luka every night to score, or worst case scenario, to find his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
We're not expecting a lot from him on defense, and obviously you lose a lot of defense losing Anthony Davis, he was the Lakers' defense really, but maybe he's going to buy in more to now he's playing with LeBron and he's in LA and all the bright lights and everything. But I don't even. It's still shocking to me.
Vegan Luka coming soon.
That's definitely what he needs. Definitely what he needs.
So I drew up the little top 8 now of each team. Maybe I got a 9. I did write a 9th, but I wanted to do top 8 and I just couldn't leave off 2 people just because. But anyway, the Lakers starting 5. At point, you have Luka Doncic.
Yep.
Shooting guard, Austin Reeves. Small forward, Rui Hachimura. LeBron James at power forward. Center, Jackson Hayes. He's been starting. He does the tip-offs. He starts. It just is what it is.
Well, he's been starting.
But I think they're going to interchange Dorian Finney-Smith and Jared Vanderbilt. That's 6th and 7th man off the bench.
Yeah.
Or those two. Because Luka, he doesn't need a sub. Like low-key. You know what I'm saying? They can say he's out of shape, but he could go out there and play 40 minutes.
Definitely.
And Austin Reeves is already out there, and maybe he could get a sub while Luka's already playing. So then when Luka goes out for the 8 minutes, Austin Reeves is running point anyway. So you always have a good point guard out there.
That's key. It takes a lot.
Very key, especially in the West. The West is the hardest conference.
But again, it takes a lot of pressure off LeBron too. It gives LeBron more rest.
Exactly.
So that's huge because to me, LeBron, he can be the number one option on some nights, like we saw last night against the Knicks. He can go off on. He can still go off probably 30, 35 games a year. He just can't do it every night now. He can't carry the team every night. And with adding Luka, I mean that's huge. Yeah. And you see the way Davis plays in the postseason sometimes offensively. He just doesn't show up, and he really struggles for whatever reason. And now you get Luka. So now you have a true number one option, and LeBron can be a number one option. And now I think they still have to get a center, because if you have Jackson Hayes as your starting center, in the play, you're not going to make it very far in the playoffs, I don't think.
Right. So they probably want a rim runner. They want something like that. Could you potentially get a Clint Capella, Onyeka Okongwu, one of the two down there in Atlanta? I think that's like a movable contract, either one of them. They're both around 20 million or less.
I think it's more likely that Capella goes. I would not trade Onyeka Okongwu if I was Atlanta, especially with the way he continues to play and gets better every season. And Capella, he loves those lobs. I mean, he got it from Harden, he got it from Trae Young, and now you have two great lob passers in LeBron and Luka.
Precisely. They need a rim runner. So Jackson Hayes works for that. He just, he's got no weight to him, so he gets bumped off his spot. He's not a real big.
He's reckless, too.
Yes, that too. He fouls a lot. He's sloppy.
He's a tremendous athlete, but he's just out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And Capella he just knows, I'm just going to get the lob. I'm just going to catch lobs and get rebounds, and that's it. And that's all the Lakers need right now.
Yeah. Jackson Hayes would have been a football player if he was 6'3".
Yeah, he really would have.
I think he played football.
Seems like it with the way he plays.
I've seen something about him in high school before.
With the way he on the court, he definitely played football.
Yeah, reckless as hell.
But now I think the Lakers got plenty of scoring, so I don't think scoring's a problem. You got Luka, you got LeBron, you got Reeves, you got
Rui.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith played really well last night. He's a very good three-point shooter, a good perimeter defender.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking this Lakers team, to be honest, right now. I know it's kind of the
Lakers team is scary. LeBron and Luka, you have maybe two of the top 10 basketball players of all time, potentially of all time. Obviously LeBron is there, but Luka has the potential to be there too in the top 10, to crack it. So we'll see. Can this be part of his legacy? He brought Kyrie to the finals. Luka's a good player.
Yeah, I don't want to overreact, but this seems like they have a real chance at it if they can get a center.
Yeah.
I really now to me they're up there with all the other contenders in the Western Conference.
Yeah, they got DFS 6-man, Jared Vanderbilt 7th, Shake Milton 8th.
Connect.
And then Connect at 9.
Connect at 8.
Shake, something's gonna happen to Reeves. He's gonna have a flimsy little thumb or something, and then he's gonna go down for 2 games. Shake is gonna have to do something and shake it up, and he's gonna go in there. It'd be the wild card.
Wild card like Charlie Kelly, man. I don't know.
He is. That's Shake Milton, and then you got Connect too, who's always good for some spacing.
Yep.
He's like a JJ Redick type, like his coach.
Mm-hmm. JJ Redick.
So this was just the Lakers top 9. Now we have the Mavs top 9. Starting 5 should be Kyrie at point. It's a little wonky once you get here, but it's Kyrie, Klay Thompson at the 2, PJ Washington at the 3, AD at the 4, because he was just talking about it.
Yeah, people were saying, "Oh, that's why they traded him because
I want to be on a team where I'm the power forward and they have good big men," and that's what they got.
Yeah,
they got Daniel Gafford, they got Derek Lively. Boom, you got 2 bigs right there behind you. You're good bread. So now AD at the 4, Daniel Gafford at the 5, starting 5. Mm-hmm. Then off the bench, you got Derek Lively to swap in with Daniel Gafford. They could each play 24 minutes a night, 28, 20, something like that, mix it up. And then you got Najee Marshall. Spencer Dinwiddie's been playing a lot of minutes. I like Najee Marshall too. And then also QG. You got Quentin Grimes, who had a good game 2 nights ago or 2 games ago. Didn't really play much last night, but
I like the Lakers' first 8 a lot more.
Me too. But this is still a little team. Honestly, this is a team that I would have loved in 2013, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie, Klay Thompson. PJ Washington wouldn't even be in the league. But like the idea of PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and then AD at the 4. This is nice.
Kyrie does have
player option too. A little bit of shooting, obviously. You got Clay, one of the best ever. PJ can stretch it out. Kyrie can stretch it out. AD can now. He's the 4. What's he gonna do with the 4?
He better average 40 and 20.
He better do some nut shit. AD, you better go bananas.
He better start averaging Wilt numbers or something.
He better, because he's been talking a lot of shit the past couple of years. Even though analytically it says he plays better at the 5. Right. All of his analytics trend better when he plays the 5 because he's a big man. He's a 5.
But when they won the championship, they did have Joel McGee and Dwight Howard.
But he still played the majority of the minutes at the 5.
Yeah, but I mean that was when they won the championship.
But he did get to take a breather and go to the 4, whereas now he never gets to go to the 4, or very rarely. And when it does, he's got Jackson Hayes behind him, and it's a shit show because this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, or then
he's got to clean up his mess and still deal with stuff. So I get why it was a little frustrating for him because they never invested in a real big man. They traded away Zubac, who is a top 10 center in the league now.
Yep.
They traded him away for a second-round pick and Mike Muscala for spacing.
And you want to talk about rebounding. He's one of the best rebounders in the league. Really good shot blocker, too.
He's the man. I love Zubac. Me and Zubac, we go way back. We like this.
And now you trade
top shots.
And now you got Trey Jamison and Jackson Hayes.
I think the Trey Jamison signing is pretty good. He might end up being the main guy.
He better not. He better be the main guy.
He reminds me a lot. His body looks like David Robinson, but that's it.
Yeah, he's built.
He really is. He's built he's like a fucking bodybuilder.
I don't know.
Up in there, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
I don't know how much it helps his game, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a very strong game.
He is very strong.
He boxes out. He holds his seal. He's like the perfect idea of a big man, but way back, in 1980, the way they were teaching a big man, they would show you Trey Jamison and say, this is the best guy you could ever be, is Trey Jamison.
He might be a Hall of Famer.
He would be. He'd be going up against Walt Bellamy.
Walt Bellamy and Bill Laimbeer.
Trey Jamison would have threw those guys into the front row. Imagine if you let Trey Jamison get rough. If you let Trey Jamison push dudes around like they did in the 80s, and you let him push Bill Laimbeer around, I wonder what would have happened.
Right. Bill Laimbeer,
he had a little weight to him. He was strong and stuff, but he wasn't ripped.
Right.
He was just they weren't trained like that. Now these guys, the percent body fat and everything you hear out of the Mavs camp, they're crying about Luka's weight, talking about he's 270, yada yada. He's 6'8". What do you expect? He's 6'8". He's a lanky dude. He's always been a little big. I get it. They want him to slim down, and he could slim down. But I mean,
but you're gonna trade a guy who averaged 33 points per game last year. Okay.
It's crazy to me. I can't believe it. But this is what the Mavericks do. They trade a guy, and then he wins MVPs and shit. And so this is opportunity for now Luka to climb up and him to get an MVP alongside LeBron next year or something. And this is the Steve Nash moment where they traded Steve Nash a year or two too early before he really is at the peak of his powers.
And Luka was my MVP pick this year too.
He was.
He won't get it this year, but next year I might just vote for him again next year if LeBron's still playing.
Yeah. I think that's someone that LeBron trusts to hand the keys over is Luka.
I would trust him.
Grown-ass man. He's been a grown-ass man since he was 15. He's been playing in the pros in Europe, professional league with 30-year-old men paying bills with that money. That's who he was going up against. Guys who had to pay their bills while he was a kid, and he was still busting their ass, and they had to do it for their career, and he was still just on the come up having fun learning.
I would trust him more than I trust Davis.
That ass.
To hand him the keys. Yeah.
They're both elite talents. But I think one has actually shown more of a propensity to be elite and be the leading cause of winning.
Yeah.
AD never went nowhere in the playoffs. He always got hurt. He never did anything, you know? He put up these great numbers and then boom, he's out.
But his first year with LeBron,
had his couple injuries himself, but look at how far he brought his team multiple times. He brought them to the Western Conference Finals before, not only just the time they went to the finals, but in a previous season. And then obviously last year went to the finals, and they didn't get swept.
They didn't get swept. They didn't get swept. That's true.
He didn't get swept in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like he's special, and I think Luka's going to be all right. In terms of Davis, I really wonder what's going to happen. The Mavericks are talking about Luka's health and he's fat and all this other shit. But I mean, AD is known for being out of shape and getting hurt.
He has 2 or 3 injuries mid-game. He gets hurt
every game. He gets hurt. It's just the point that he just gets back or not.
And it doesn't mean that he always misses a bunch of time. I mean, I guess he's missing some time now this season with that abdominal strain. But it's just like he gets hurt 2 or 3 times a game with his ankle, with his finger, his wrist. It's always something with it. But
so yeah, that's the Mavs top 9 with Quentin Grimes for some spacing. Marshall and Dinwiddie can give some playmaking. Lively, some rim running, protecting the rim. Good switchable defender too sometimes.
This was what AD wanted.
This is what AD wanted. 2 centers on the team that are solidified centers that don't try to be anything else. And now AD could do his thing in the mid-range, in the mid-post.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie could shoot a 3. Marshall could hit a 3 here and there. I like PJ, even though he's streaky. Thompson, and then a Kyrie. Yeah, like it's a good team. I like the team on paper. It's on paper, you know, but will it be good in play, in practice? And we'll see that soon. But I think the Lakers, oh my God, I think they're going to go through their little struggles early. I think it's going to be drama, and then they'll figure it out.
But also, Luka's not even back yet, and neither is Anthony Davis. So we still have to wait.
Might help a little bit. So, you know, the trade happens, and then he plays in 2 weeks. So it doesn't even feel like this abrupt thing.
Because Luka is supposed to be back, or the Mavericks were hopeful he'd be back before the All-Star break.
Okay.
I don't know. When's the All-Star break?
But who knows if the Mavs were just keeping him out for the trade, and the Lakers will just have him out for maybe the next 1 or 2 games just to keep the narrative.
Yeah, because if I'm Rob Pelinka and the Lakers, I'm not going to take a guy if I know he's injured or he's out for a couple more months or something.
Right.
If I would take that chance. February 6th, no. February 14th to February 16th. The All-Star festivities. So, yeah, he could be back for 1 or 2 games. Wow.
I think he's going to be back shortly, and it's going to get crazy. But there's going to be a little drama. You know it's the Lakers. It's LeBron. There's going to be some drama unless it's just like this home run out of the park, and they win 17 out of the next 20 games because of this.
Yeah, well, every time they lose, it's a big deal to everybody.
Right.
So when they lose their first game with LeBron and Luka in the starting lineup together, everyone's going to say, oh, it's not working.
There's going to be the one camera that pans back to them, like looking like they had a disagreement or they were fighting. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be on Sports Center every morning and you know, with Skip and Shannon and all them. Not Skip. Not them per se, Skip, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Stephen A. and Shannon.
All of them. Stephen A. and Shannon. Isn't that the ultimate, like, Uno reverse card? Skip gets his own show at ESPN. He says, I want Stephen A. to be my co-host. He picks him out, says, I want him, demands him, gets him. And then he goes to Fox, leaves after he doesn't like the producers or whatever anymore. Goes to Fox, says, I want Shannon Sharp, blah, blah, blah. Picks out his co-host, everything. They both end up, when that show gets canceled, the two co-hosts make their own show. And then they just, like, I don't even know.
But he did it to himself with Shannon.
He did it to himself with Shannon. It was that one time. What did he say to Shannon? I will say that was the one time where I was like, Skip, because you lost it.
They were talking about Tom Brady when he was on the Buccaneers or something.
It was Tom Brady. Something.
Talking about, and then Shannon was like, "You're talking to me like I'm a bum. I'm a 3-time Super Bowl champion." And then Shannon,
"You're not Tom Brady, though."
Yeah, you're not Tom. And then he said,
"He's not Tom Brady. Like, what are we talking about?"
Yeah. And then he was like, "Put your glasses back on." And I was like, "Whoa." When he said "put your glasses back on," it felt really weird, like he's his boss or something. Mm-hmm. But he said something else before that. I forget what he said something, but there was a couple times where they got annoyed with each other, like the Damar Hamlin thing. You know Damar Hamlin?
Yeah, I remember. I remember Skip said some insensitive things about Damar Hamlin at the time.
Yeah, so he said it on Twitter. So then the next morning, they had the show, and then Shannon didn't show up, and then the next day he did, and then he went on something where he's like, he came back on the show the next day, and he was like, I hope Skip takes the post down, and Shannon was about to he was about to go on, he was going to say something, and then Skip was like, oh no, I'm not taking that down, and Shannon was like, because Shannon was trying to say something, and then Skip just cut him off, and Shannon was like, all right, let's go, let's just start the show. He had enough. So that was another time, but there was a few times in those last 6 or 7 months where Skip was just being Skip.
Yeah, Skip was Skip. But it's Skip. You know, at the end of the day, I think Skip Bayless plays a pivotal role in sports media.
I can't stand him.
It all gives a litmus test to crazy. We're like, all right, we can't go this far with takes.
Right.
You gotta reel it in. You gotta learn from Skip's mistakes.
I will say, Skip stood by his guns though.
Right?
He never backed down. I will say.
He never backed down, and that's another thing to learn from Skip Bayless.
He had some incredibly stupid takes, but he stuck by him every time.
He was right sometimes.
He was right. He was right. He was wrong a lot, though.
This feels like Skip Bayless died. Why are we talking about him like this?
We're saying it like, yeah.
But I do feel like this might be a death to him. Dallas, how did we just go back to this? But I just connected in my head. Dallas Cowboys.
Skip's a big Cowboys fan. We know that.
Dallas Mavericks. Luka, LeBron.
It's all connected. See, it's all connected. We knew what we were doing. Took us a second.
It's all bars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't get it. They'll catch up one day.
One day.
Not today. Today's about Luka. Man.
Well, yeah, so this is like the biggest thing ever. I actually woke up, like I said, I woke up at 3 a.m. I got up and I put on 2K after I got up. Mm-hmm. And I got on the game. You know, the trade blew my fucking mind. So I went on and I updated the rosters myself. And I just felt so much power in that. Oh, it felt nice.
Did you play with the Lakers?
I have not played with the Lakers. But I did do the trade. And then for some reason, I started a franchise mode, picked the Grizzlies, and then I traded Smart, Aldama, and maybe Kennard. And you know who I got? OG Anunoby. So I got Ja, Bane, OG, Triple J, and then Edie.
That's really random.
I don't know why I even shared that, but that's what happened this morning. Like I said, I got hype, and I did that, but I didn't want to play the Lakers as the story mode. Like, I didn't want to be the Lakers. I almost wanted to face the Lakers in the West and face Luka and LeBron, and then play it when we're in the playoffs. I'll sim and then play them once I get there, so it actually means something. And the difficulties, a little bit, the playoffs. 2K be cheating.
You said I'm gonna wake up. I woke up and said, "Yeah, I want to play with the Grizzlies."
I made a good defensive trade.
I want to get OG Anunoby. It's not a bad trade though.
I know what would have happened in real life, because why would the Knicks do that this season?
Right, it wouldn't make any sense this season.
Wouldn't make any sense. But on 2K, it made a bunch of sense when I'm the Grizzlies.
Yeah, if you're the Grizzlies, it makes sense.
Exactly.
So you were very persuasive, I guess, in your trades.
So I want to talk NBA trades, but I think let's talk WNBA trades real quick.
Okay.
Do a little segment on it, and then the whole rest of the show, NBA trade machine. We're going to go bananas with this thing. We're going to do a whole bunch of irrational trades. Since Luka Doncic can get traded, anybody can get traded now. I didn't know it would be this type of show. I might even trade LeBron.
I want to go that far, but okay.
LeBron for Jimmy Butler.
Hell no. Hell no. No.
Pat Riley said, "Come here. Give me LeBron."
I hate that team. That's gross. Don't do it to LeBron.
Yeah.
But I think, does LeBron have the no trade clause?
Yeah, I think he has a no trade clause.
I think he might be one of few players who actually. I think Beal too.
Yeah, it's Beal. Oh, Vlatko Konchar also.
Key.
Always respect Vlatko Konchar's no trade clause.
Definitely.
It's very important that he stayed on the Nuggets.
Helped them win a championship. Big part of that team,
Yeah. RIP to his ACL, though.
RIP.
All right, so we got to go to the trade machine. Oh, wait. No, not yet.
WNBA.
All right, let me I'll have the trade machine pulled up. And then let's go WNBA transactions. First one I want to talk about let's talk about the first one that happened. The Alyssa Thomas to the Phoenix Mercury. She's a MVP. She's my GOAT. The Sun GOAT. Not my GOAT. She's not my GOAT. Let's be real. She's not my GOAT. But she is top 5 favorite players ever. Alyssa Thomas is probably 5th. And I love her. She's always been on the Sun. It's been my favorite team since I was a little kid. And it sucks to see Alyssa Thomas go. It truly does. Alyssa Thomas is like the engine. Oh, my God. How are we losing the engine?
That whole squad you lost. That whole starting
right, and that's what I'm about to say is everything. The whole team that I once loved is gone, and it's sad. We lost Bonner, her wife. Bonner goes to the Fever in an unrestricted free agency sign this offseason, which is also in this list. So, and I guess I'll share the other. Brianna Jones goes to the Atlanta Dream. It's another big loss. We lose our center. We lose our power forward. We lose our small forward. And we lost our shooting guard in Dejanay Carrington. And she was traded to the where was she traded? To the Wings for J.C. Sheldon. So now we go from having Dejanay Carrington, A.T. Bonner, Brianna Jones, Ty Harris, all 5 starting players for the Sun are gone. Ty Harris even gets sent out to Dallas. So now there's just J.C. Sheldon and Marina Mabry. And that's what the Sun are rebuilding around. And that's our point guard and our shooting guard of the future. and we'll have to see what happens from there. It's kind of upsetting.
They have Lindsey Allen too. They got Lindsey Allen.
You're dead ass? You just talked to me about a bench guard right now?
J.C. Sheldon's pretty much a bench guard too. They got
Watch your mouth. J.C. Sheldon averaged 17 at Ohio State.
He came along late in the season last year with Dallas. Then they got Natasha Cloud too.
Oh, we got Cloud?
Yeah, she was part of the Thomas trade.
I missed that part. Okay, so J.C. Sheldon is a bench guard, unless we do Cloud, Sheldon, Mabry at the 3. I like it because of the spacing, and we're probably going to need the talent out there. So Cloud, Sheldon, Mabry. Who's at the 4? I don't even want to look at the roster right now.
They got Nikolina Milic. They only have 4. They have 9 players on their roster right now. The Sun do. Only 9 players.
So we got Mabry. No, they don't even have. They have no players on their roster on their website, basically.
Oh no! Well, on ESPN they have 9 players.
Oh, on their website they have 6, and it's Ty Harris, Alyssa Thomas, Dejanay,
they're
Bickle, Udoda, and Mabry. So only 3 real players because Dejanay is gone, Alyssa Thomas is gone, Ty Harris gone.
Yeah, they didn't even want to change it. They were too upset. Whoever runs that account, they didn't even want to do it.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'll look at the ESPN one. You said Lindsey Allen. Yep, Cloud.
Yeah. Lindsey Allen, Caitlin Bickle, Natasha Cloud, Marina Mabry, Nikolina Milic, Tiffany Mitchell, Nadora Fall, Olivia Nelson-Adota is probably going to be their starting big, which is gross, and then J.C. Sheldon.
You know, Astrid St. Fall needs to get some fucking burn because she's highly, highly overpaid. She has one of the worst contracts in the league because she gets no minutes and she gets paid like $150K a year. And I know the W contract should be bigger. Let's just say that. But she has one of the biggest contracts on the team. Even last year, she was, I think, the 3rd or 4th highest paid player on the team. And it was the 3rd big. You're like, what? You paid better than the other bigs. She's paid double than Udoda's salary, but Udoda plays double or triple or quadruple the minutes because Fall doesn't get off the court. Get off the bench.
Fall played 22 games and averaged 4.2 minutes per game.
4 minutes. What's Udoda?
Udoda averaged 3.4, I think.
No, minutes.
Oh, minutes. 11.8.
All right, 3 times is more. 3 times more than minutes. That's what I'm saying. So Udoda gets off the bench. Fall doesn't, and she gets paid double. And she's playing triple. So, yeah. You see how that is. Fall is not that good. This team's going to be a whole bunch of scrubs. Maybe we have Udoda at the 4 and Fall at the 5.
I guess. You got to see. They're going to have decent draft picks, I think, now.
Milic, she's like a good little power forward passing big.
Trying to make this sound.
I know. I'm trying. Why do we still have Tiffany Mitchell? I know she's on a minimum, so at least that's good.
She hardly played last year. I think she had some illness.
And I don't even know Bickle like that.
Yeah,
Bickle. She's a rookie? She's a 24-year-old rookie. Ritchie, she was born before you, and she just got drafted.
She's nice.
She was born on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2000.
Man. She played 8 games last year.
I don't know what she does.
She missed all 3 of her threes.
Yikes.
And the 1.9 minutes she averaged.
Yeah, this is bad news for the Sun. So, you should probably check the win totals. What do you think? The Sun are going to win next year.
They're playing 44 games, I think now. They upped it to.
They can't even they can't win 10 games.
I almost like the Valkyries team more than I like this team.
100%. I mean, the only thing I do like is Mabry. I love Mabry.
I like Cloud. I do like Cloud's a great defender. I like how intense she is. She's not.
I like Cloud. I like Mabry, so I'm fucking with it. They're both dogs.
She's a great passer. But yeah,
let's see if there's any WNBA lines now.
Looking at this, whatchamacallit? Looking at this roster compared to the Valkyries, man.
All right, so championship winner, the Liberty plus 200, the Aces plus 260, Lynx plus 350, Fever plus 500, Mercury plus 1400, which I think is good value.
Take that.
Right?
Take that.
Plus 1400 ain't bad. Because who's on the Mercury right now?
So right now you'll have.
They lost Copper, who honestly I don't think fit the team in the play style.
Why'd they lose Copper?
Not Copper, Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Cloud at the point. I don't think she fit the play style properly. So you take Cloud out. You got Copper now. Copper, Satu, Taurasi.
Well, we don't know what Taurasi's doing yet. We still don't. Taurasi hasn't made a decision. I think she's still
Copper and Satu.
Yep, Copper, Satu, Alyssa Thomas. Then you got Svi Uzun.
Oh yeah, Ozun.
I guess she'd be her starting point guard right now. They don't really have another guard.
Do they have the roster listed?
Yeah. On ESPN. And they've updated because Griner isn't on the roster anymore. Cloud isn't on the roster anymore. Sophie Cunningham isn't on the roster.
Yeah, and they got Kalani Brown. Oh yeah. Natasha Mack's still on the squad.
I don't hate those two centers. Mack's a good rebounder. Natasha Mack is a good rebounder, good shot blocker. Not a lot of talent.
Holy shit.
And then Kalani Brown, solid scorer.
I really like Ozone. So yeah, Ozone, Copper.
Then you
Satu, AT,
and then Mac
or Kalani Brown, but most likely Mac. Mac played a lot for them last year and played well.
She did.
I think they trust Mac.
But is that enough? I mean, just that starting five? They don't really have much.
Kalani Brown is a really solid big off the bench.
She is.
And she's like a good matchup problem too. Like you have a small ball big in Natasha Mack who could do some facilitating. She really is a well-rounded fundamental player. She has good vision. And then you have Kalani Brown, who's like a mid-range sniper. She could shoot.
Yeah.
She loves the mid-range. If you leave her open on some little pick and roll, pick and pop action, she's going to hit it. Or she's going to shoot it at least. So you have to guard it.
If Taurazi's still on the team, I don't see them winning. Like as long as she's like
Taurasi's not going to start. That's the thing this year.
I hope she isn't. But as long as she's a main focal point of that offense, I don't see them winning.
Right. That's why the team is going to be Ozun, Copper, Satu, AT, Mac. Because if you try to do some bullshit where you do Ozun, Copper, Taurasi, Satu, AT at the 5, like I don't know.
But if Taurasi does come off if Taurasi does come back and play, would she be willing to come off the bench?
Right. I think Taurasi in the 6-man role would be incredible.
I would like that much better than her starting at this point in her career. And then she only has to play. I mean, give her like 15, 20 minutes every night.
Right. Imagine if like Copper's not feeling it, Satu's not feeling it, something like that. They need some quick spacing. They want to go small. Maybe Mac pulls out and they put AT at the 5. Some matchups that might work, but I don't see it working night in, night out against all 13 teams in the W now with the Valkyrie.
And let Taurasi just whatever, 5, 6, 7 threes a night, play 15, 20 minutes, shoot, 36, 37% from three. I wouldn't be mad at that. But I just don't know if she's going to want to come off the bench.
Looking at these MVP odds. Some interesting stuff.
Clark's probably up there now.
Nothing, no real takers, though, to be real. Nothing that's interesting. But Clark is plus 250. Asia is plus 200. Oh, yeah, so let's go through the list. So we said Bonner to the Fever, unrestricted free agency. Joel Lloyd to the Aces, for Kelsey Plum to the Sparks. It's a 3-teamer. Then Lee Yaroo in this year's number 2 pick. So the number 2 pick, that could be Paige, right?
Or Kiki Arafian for USC. Because Paige is still projected to be number 1.
Okay, well, we don't know. So it could potentially be Paige. So that's a big pick. Number 2 is super important. That's a guaranteed, like, if she doesn't get picked 1, then you got her. And she's not going past 2.
Right.
So you got the basement right there.
I don't know how AZ Fudd is projected to be. Who does these? How is AZ Fudd projected to be number 3?
The clout?
It's got to be because she's hardly played.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a really good draft class this year, though.
That's what I'm saying. You get the number 2 pick. Even if you miss on Beckers, you get anything else. It's pretty stacked. So
I don't know if USC or if LA would draft another big. I mean, they got Brink, they got Hamby. So I don't know if they would draft. Maybe they draft a wing.
I actually really like the Sky this year because they picked up Courtney Vandersloot.
Yeah.
And the more and more I'm thinking about it, Vandersloot is just a great point guard to have. And I feel like she's in her CP3 era going to the Spurs. She's going to the Sky. And she's just going to be there with 2 great bigs, Camila Cardozo and Angel Reese, two really great, spectacular talents in the backcourt. I mean, in the front court. And
great is pushing it with Angel Reese. I don't know about great.
I think she has great talents.
She does in college.
She's had some, she's doing some offensive rebounding. She's doing some Eve Misi stuff. And I give Eve Misi all the credit in the world, so I could give Angel Reese some credit too. But the problem is she tries not to play like Eve Misi.
She tries to.
Eve Misi knows what Eve Misi does.
He knows how to make shots.
He knows how to make shots that are capable, that he's capable of. Angel Reese, on the other hand, she does not.
No.
But she wants to expand her game, and let's see how far she can take it.
I've seen her hit a few mid-ranges in that unrivaled league.
I've seen her get ejected.
I saw her get, yeah. She shouldn't have gotten ejected, though.
Angel Reese and Courtney Vandersloot have the same odds for MVP.
Wow.
It's kind of funny. It says leading total points scorer in the regular season. Asia Wilson or Caitlin Clark. Interesting.
I'd say Clark.
Right? I feel like Asia.
Because now you have Jewel Lloyd.
Right. You have Jewel Lloyd on the squad. I think Clark could be the totals leader.
Yeah.
Even Enrique's there, and you got Stewie still, too.
Yeah. Jewel Lloyd's going to get her shots up. She's not afraid to put. God damn, son.
Yo, get the cat. God damn.
Jeez, Sonny.
Sonny is very demanding when he wants to play.
Yeah, he's upset about this WNBA
That's
news.
the only reason. He wants me to kick the ball with him. He wanted hair ties and the fish and all the other little cat toys I got him.
He wanted you to take the Clark totals. That's why. He was
The
screaming.
par totals?
Yeah.
Bet. So there's only a few bets right now on ESPN Bet. And yeah, so it's only championship winner, MVP, and total points leader right now. Nothing else. But regular season MVP.
Satu.
Call me crazy, Satu at plus 3,000.
See? Great minds think alike.
I don't know if the Slack Mamba is going to have a good year. She may.
Still has that thumb wrapped.
I don't think Fee is going to be good. I think she's going to get hurt.
Don't say that. Jesus.
I mean, we predict that stuff with AD and Joel Embiid, and
don't do her like that.
yeah, but Fee has been notoriously hurt. She's an undersized power forward.
No.
I don't know.
Don't do that.
All right. I don't know. I just wouldn't put my money on Fee. I don't know why. I just wouldn't do it. I like her. I'm not going to say she's not a talented, great player, top 5 player in the league. I just won't put my money on her for MVP. I think she needs to play a certain amount of games. And she's had good streaks with health. So I don't know if that's going to keep going.
I'm going to have to put some money on Satu, though.
Plus, they're playing in another league in the offseason now. It's just added wear and tear on their bodies. We'll see how these players react. What if these players come back with dead legs, running 3-on-3 full court?
But it's a condensed court.
It is a condensed court. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is the test run. We'll see if it wore anybody out in the offseason. Yeah, so the player futures, Satu plus 3,000. And for championship winners, you parlay it with the Mercury for plus 1,400.
Big money.
Big money. You want to do that? Yo, put it in the ESPN Bet right now. See what it would be. But you can't do it in Connecticut, can you?
Yeah, it doesn't work for me for ESPN Bet for whatever reason. I don't even know if it's because I'm in Connecticut. It's something else.
You a scammer?
Yeah. Scam right now.
Yeah, I can't put the bet in, so I don't even know. I don't even know how to calculate that. What would it be? Plus, if it was a parlay, it would be plus 3,000 and plus 1,400. But I don't know if there's like a multiplier with the parlay.
No, I think it just adds up to
But either way,
4,400. That's a lot. Yeah.
Shoot, if I get back to Mass, I might have to slap down that bet or something, or who knows what, because that's some good odds.
It really is.
Throw $10 down, you could win like $5,000.
I would do it.
Right? Put the $10 down. Satu in Mercury.
Might have
MVP in the championship.
I'd have to.
Why not? Or the Sparks, Rakia Jackson.
No. I don't think they're winning the chip.
No, they're not winning the chip.
No.
All right. Is there anything else? Ty Harris to the wings. Good steady point guard next to Enrique, which I really like. Like, the epitome of efficiency is Ty Harris. Assist to turnover ratio, 3-point percentage. It's all there. True shooting percentage, free throw percentage. Everything about her is efficient. And you put her with the most inefficient player in the league.
I was just going to say.
And it stables them out because that's how it's got to be. Because Enrique kind of lost it the past 2-3 years. I think she went a little wonky. Next, we have Nalissa Smith leaving the Fever, which I think she's happy about. She seemed disgruntled last year with the organization, and I don't think she was in their long-term vision. And that shows. You bring in Natasha Howard to fill in her place, and I think Natasha Howard is way better for Caitlin Clark. Way better defender next to her and can help her out. Also,
better scorer.
Wants the ball less and less, and she's operating more off the catch. That's Natasha Howard right now. Nalissa Smith, she's still trying to self-create off the dribble and do her own thing and show she's this offensive potential But the thing is, you don't need to do that next to Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and potentially other people around you. Obviously, Aaliyah Boston has expanded her game a little bit. So that leaves a spot where you just want a finisher. You want a play finisher. And that's Natasha Howard at this point in her career. And you also have Dwana Bonner. Same thing. Play finisher. She's also a little bit of a creator. She can still defend well. I love the team. That team's scary as fuck.
It's a win now team though.
Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Dwana Bonner, Natasha Howard, and then you have Aaliyah Boston. That's the scariest 5 in the league right now, in my opinion.
And Sophie Cunningham coming off the bench too.
Sophie Cunningham coming off the bench. And also, what's her name? Who's Clark's best friend?
Lexi Hull.
Lexi Hull. So you got Lexi and Sophie. You got a guard and a forward coming off right there, a 2 and a 3. Boom.
And hopefully no Christy Wallace or Erica Wheeler minutes.
No Christy Wallace or Erica Wheeler minutes.
Please.
Erica Wheeler's decent. But
I like Grace Berger better than those two.
Grace Berger better? No.
Grace Berger is definitely better. Come on now.
I don't like Grace Berger like that. I think Grace Berger be getting thrown around. She be playing scared.
Oh, she better than Christy Wallace and Wheeler, though.
Well, her contract is, that's for sure. Because what's her name? Erica Wheeler was making like the max contract last year. It made no sense.
Yeah, she's got a really good contract.
Incredible. I want to know her agent. That was crazy. But anyway, what else happened? Yeah, Salute with the Sky. I like Cardozo. I think Cardozo could win MIP next year. That's my bet. Off the rip. As soon as that line opens for most improved for the WNBA, it's Cardozo. Book it. I'm telling you right now, she's going to go out next season and average over 4 assists a game.
And now she has a guard that can get her the ball.
She's big time.
She's really
big time, bro. I like Cardozo more than I like Reese.
I agree.
Everyone pays so much attention to Reese. They have no clue what's going on with Cardozo right now. So I think she has the opportunity to catch the whole league by surprise and show them what's really up, because she's over there in China busting ass right now. And I don't know, I'm seeing the improvement. She had some injuries last year. She had to deal with some BS. And I think she's ready.
I agree.
Yep. So what else? Anything else in the W that we should be worried about? Griner on the Dream.
You want to talk about a starting 5? You want to talk about a starting 5? Atlanta's got a starting 5.
So what's their starting 5 right now? You got Canada at the 1, Gray at the 2, Howard at the 3, Brianna Jones at the 4, and then Griner at the 5.
That's a scary starting 5 too. I don't know about as scary as Indiana, but that's a really good starting 5 right there.
That's a pretty good team.
And then you have you still have Tina Charles.
Is she signed for next year?
It says she's still on the roster.
All right. So yeah, they got Tina Charles coming off the bench. I wonder how that's gonna go, because didn't she play in Phoenix for a quick second with Griner?
Yeah, and then she went to that was the same year she went to Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know if she was disgruntled playing with her. So let's see what happens there.
Oh, God damn it. Grace Berger got waived by the Fever. God damn it.
I told you. I just said it. I just said it. Get this Grace Berger out of here, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? I love how that take just manifested itself in real time, and we got to see Grace Berger get waived for the nothing burger that this move is.
The Fever are going to win nothing this year then. See what happens.
The Fever are going to win everything.
Have fun with the Fever being the worst team in the league.
Yo, you know why? Because they didn't say grace before eating their burger.
That's a bar. Woo! God damn, that's a bar. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. End the show now.
I'm going to swerve in the corner.
Oh, whoa. They didn't say grace before eating their burger, man. You got that. Wow.
I don't know how I did it.
Wow. The wordplay is crazy.
It's just the bars, you know.
With the bars, they just come to you.
You know, this is gonna probably get taken down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do it quick, and then maybe I'll just read it. I was listening to music this morning, trying to get ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I realized Luka. This is what Luka's going through right now. Is what Tracy Chapman was going through in Fast Car.
Oh my God. What?
So let me read to you.
You're gonna read
the lyrics.
Okay. Didn't expect this after.
I came up with this myself, but this is my analogy. I don't know how cooked I was this morning, but this is what I got.
Not following.
You got a fast car.
Yeah.
I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we could get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. He just brought his team to the finals. He's got nothing to prove. He could do it. He could do it by himself.
So were you listening? I mean, did you have the music on shuffle and Tracy Chapman came up? Or you saw the Luka trade and you said, let me play Tracy Chapman? Are you just playing Tracy Chapman randomly? I'm so confused by that.
It's in my playlist, yes.
No, but I mean, you saw the Luka trade and you made the connection to Luka and Tracy Chapman?
I was listening to the music, and I have no clue why. I tweeted it this morning. Did you see my tweet?
No, but I'm saying Tracy Chapman just randomly came up when you were listening to music.
Yeah, I got Tracy Chapman in my playlist.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It came up randomly.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you were just going for that song. Okay. Wow.
Hold on. All right. So here, let me see if I can stream it. Let me share the screen. So yeah, I tweeted this morning. And it even.
Oh, you did write it.
And then Tracy Chapman's song Fast Car is about the cycle of abuse and trauma and the difficulty of escaping poverty. The song's lyrics describe the protagonist's longing for a better life.
He's not
symbolized by the fast car she dreams of driving away in.
Luka's not in poverty, though.
Hold on. I have my three right there. Abuse, trauma, and difficulty escaping poverty. So first, what did they do? As soon as he got traded, fat shamed.
Fat shamed.
Fat shamed. That's the abuse right there. The fat shaming. They said he's 270. That's why they traded him. As soon as they traded him, they said he was fat. They fat shamed. They abused him. Trauma. They traded his partner who he got drafted with, Jalen Brunson. A little sign-in trade to the Knicks. They got rid of him. His partner. He has separation anxiety. The trauma.
He's got
Brunson.
Oh my
His
God.
point guard. They pulled him away. They ripped it apart. And then the difficulty escaping poverty. Denial of the Supermax. They didn't want to pay him the Supermax this offseason. He is going to get $344 million. He could get it, too, because he's an all-NBA player, all-star, made it to the championship. All the incentives that you need to qualify for everything, he already hit them all. So, yes, they don't want to pay him that money. They've already said they don't. They also sold the team. Mark Cuban sold the team. It's a new owner. So just because it was Mark Cuban's team and the things that he said in the past are in the past. This new owner doesn't want to pay him that money, doesn't see the value in it. They're trying to make money from the team. They're not trying to go into debt for the team the way Cuban was willing to. So that's what I got. If they're escaping abuse, trauma, and the difficulty escaping poverty, fat shaming Brunson, and denial of the Supermax all qualifies. And this is Luka.
How did we get from talking about the Atlanta Dream roster, Tracy Chapman and Luka Doncic. I don't know how that happened.
Look at this. See, hold on. Let me share this one. I wish we could play the whole song, but I bet you they'll delete the video.
No one sees it.
Look at that. See, my old man's got a problem. He live with the bottle. That's the way it is. Michael Finley had to take the beer out of his hand. He says his body's too old for working.
He's a drunk.
Body's too young to look like this. Luka's out of shape.
Luka's a drunk at 25.
He's a drunk and he's out of shape. This whole song is about Luka, bro. I'm telling you, if I could play the whole song, it would blow your mind.
I've listened to that song. I got it. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. Look at the city lights lay out before us. This is it right here. Your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. That's LeBron embracing him, bringing him in.
Oh my God, stop.
Look at the city lights lay out before us. Your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone.
Perhaps she was talking about the bright lights of LA. The bright lights.
This is what I'm like. Do you hear it? Bro, it's like Luka it was a cry for help this morning on shuffle.
A cry for help.
Is it fast enough so you can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. This is the trade deadline. Leave tonight or live and die this way. If you don't make the trade before the deadline, you're stuck with the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It ends discussing the trade deadline. It addresses it. I'm telling you.
Tracy Chapman knows ball, I guess.
Tracy Chapman knows ball. If y'all are here for this, you're welcome.
Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Listen to the whole thing. I'm trying to tell you, man. She's preaching. I got to hear the trade deadline. We got to hear that bar. Did I miss it? Oh, no, I missed it. Oh, yeah. I think we're coming up at the end. We're here. I like the city lights right before us. Your dad would be really, really a big fan of this episode. You should show him this part. He loves him some Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, he does.
Right here. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
Yeah.
Bruh, the trade deadline. It's so crazy. What does Tracy Chapman know?
She knew about this.
She knew about this in 1988 that Luka was being traded when LeBron James was born.
Before Luka was born.
Was LeBron even born in 88? LeBron James birthday.
He was born in the 70s probably. No.
Oh, 84.
4, yeah.
He was 4 years old when Tracy Chapman knew. Thank God for Tracy Chapman.
We were talking about Tina Charles.
Well, sorry, I get going.
We're talking
You
about
know, I really get going. We talk about the GOATs. If we're talking about Tina Charles, we're talking about Maya Moore. We're talking about Tamika Catchings. And if we're talking about GOATs, we're talking about Tracy Chapman. We're talking about Erykah Badu, Janet Jackson,
okay,
Missy Elliott,
right.
Jill Scott. We're talking about the GOATs, top 5, dead or alive. This is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Laker, Luka, Hawk, thank you for coming in here, man.
And they're all alive. Dead or alive, they're all alive.
Pieces of them are alive, but some pieces of them, some part died. Badu has stories to tell. But yeah, man, Tina Charles and Tracy Chapman, the parallels are uncanny. Anyway, it's a good squad down there in the Dream, but it's still a dream to me. That's all it is. Word to Martin.
I'm glad too.
So I don't believe in the Dream. Martin's Dream I do, but not the Atlanta Dream.
Okay.
And the Atlanta Dream still have a long ways to go before they're a modern team. I still think they're gonna have shooting problems. I think Griner doesn't pull enough threes. She's actually a decent set shooter. Jones, not really a 3 shooter, but she will fling it from here and there. So you got a little bit of spacing from your bigs. They're not afraid to shoot, but they're not spacing bigs.
And Gray had a down year from 3 last season.
Correct.
And Ryan Howard really isn't efficient.
No, but I think this could add some efficiency and definitely space out the court.
And she could probably shoot less.
She might shoot more.
But Griner gets the touches, though. But Griner's going to get shots.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Griner also gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll see if she can even, withstand a 44-game season now. That's a lot for the W.
But also we were talking about Atlanta last season, and you were saying when they weren't in the playoffs, you were like, look at this team. They're going to finish with that 7th or 8th spot, and they did. And I thought, Tina Charles was the difference for them last year.
For sure.
For them making it to the postseason. So we'll see.
Right, we'll see. Now she's being replaced by 2 other bigs. So I don't know. I like Tina Charles, one of my GOATs, but Griner is a slightly better player right now.
Yeah, you're not
going to Jones.
Yeah, you wouldn't start mobile. Yeah, you wouldn't start those 2 over
No. But Lloyd to the Aces is very interesting, especially you got a great scorer next to Jackie Young. You always want that. That keeps Jackie Young being a scoring threat too. Still have Chelsea Gray.
I kind of like Lloyd on the Aces, and you have another player that can put. I think she's better off the dribble than Plum is. She's taller. She's a better defender. She's a better perimeter defender. So I do like that trade for the Aces.
I think it's a big-time move. Maybe the Plum move just kind of puts her in the abyss for a year or 2. Because Cameron Brink's going to maybe be back with the ACL. Rickea Jackson's going to be there. They're probably going to get another pick in the draft at some point. See what that turns into.
You have De'Aaron
Lee Yeru, who was a solid backup big, an interesting piece to see what happened to. Yeah, I don't know.
But then
I think the Sparks are probably going to be chips. But good for Kelsey Plum. She's going to put up some stats.
But you have De'Aaron Hamby too.
Yeah, Hamby's there. I think there's going to be another move. I think Hamby's probably going to get traded or something. Something weird's going to happen with the Sparks. Because that's a team that feels like it's going to blow up, not a team that's going to try to get better, if that makes sense. I think they're going to be re-dipping their foot in the draft. Who wouldn't want to get Juju Watkins? There's going to be teams aiming for the bottom. This season is the year to start aiming for Juju Watkins.
But what if the Sparks end up getting Becker somehow?
Well, who has the number 1 pick this year?
Dallas, though.
Oh, so Dallas gets Beckers.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Harris, Enrique, Beckers,
Dejanay
now. That's pretty good.
Pierre McCowan.
Right.
Not a bad team in Dallas there. If Enrique doesn't ruin that team.
Not too bad. And you got Sweaty Hands Segrist.
Sweaty Hands was playing well before she break her thumb last year or something, I think.
Yeah, Sweaty was really good. So if you got Sweaty and Page, that might be solid too. They got good game. I think they could have some connection.
They played each other in college.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I remember the matchup.
Yeah, because Segrist played for Villanova.
Yeah. And I mean, Segrist was nasty in college.
She averaged 30 her senior year.
She did. She was a killer. Yeah. She just shoots like Kevin McHale.
Yeah, the shot just looks so uncomfortable, but and it's slow, but it worked.
Yeah, she's getting it off faster. You know, Sadiq Bey has a weird form too. It's really out there and strange. But after a couple of years, they work on the mechanics, and it gets better and better.
Where is Sadiq Bey now?
Somewhere in a rehab facility, nursing his knee.
Okay. I thought he got hurt or something. I couldn't remember.
I think he tore his ACL. Telling the parallels are real. I just wish people seen the fast car parallels like I did, but it's okay.
So that's all we got for WNBA news now?
Yeah, that's what we got for WNBA news. But I got the trade machine going, and I'm ready to trade LeBron for Jimmy. Like, what are we doing again?
I would not do that, but okay.
I'm playing. Here, let me try to share this side. Share screen, trade machine. Okay. So, what is the first team we're doing? Let me select teams. What do I got? Lakers, Jazz.
You know something we don't.
Don't tell me that. What do you think could be a move? Since now anything is possible.
I don't know. You trade Giannis?
I'm trading Giannis. I was thinking the same thing. Giannis to the Nets.
Giannis to the Grizzlies.
Giannis to the Grizz. Oh, you want to try Giannis? All right, let's do that. Giannis to the Grizzlies first.
It's a pretty nasty squad there.
So what are you trading exactly with the Grizzlies?
You got to trade. Trade Jaren Jackson.
What?
Yeah. That's why it's ridiculous. Why would you trade Luka Doncic?
That's true.
No sense, right? This trade makes
all right.
Put Giannis.
How about this?
Put Giannis and Zach Edey together.
No, I was gonna do Giannis and Brook and get nuts. Giannis and Brook, and then you trade Triple J.
That's a
Smart.
tall.
You're gonna have to trade probably Kennard. Hold on, how much more do we need? 9 more million? Could be Clark. You cannot aggregate players and be over the second apron. So now the Bucks would have to probably send a little something, a little chump change. Let's see if Memphis. No, apron. Hold on. It can't be him. It can't be Pat Connaughton. What about Beauchamp? Second apron. This sucks. Damn. I don't know. Failed trade machine.
All right. Okay, so the Giannis trade's not working.
Let's try. Let's go to my other one.
But Donovan Mitchell
Hold on. First, let's do
on the Nuggets.
Giannis to Brooklyn for Ben Simmons and some firsts. Does it work? Brooklyn is hard capped. What? Who could I trade? Could it be a Zaire Williams? Really? 300? Let's see if I could send a little Trenton Watford action over there for a little boom. And then look, always just comes down to, even if I make the salaries match, the Bucks can't trade because of the second apron. So what really needs to happen is they need to cut Pat Connaughton. So I've read about this. So in order to make any of these trades actually happen, which this website doesn't allow us to do, you need to buy out Pat Connaughton. Just cut him, waive him, pay him his money, and then he's off the books. It will take you under the second apron. Then you can do the trades. That's what I've heard. That's the current problem with the Bucks right now. So if I was able to cut Pat Connaughton, I would be able to make as many trades as possible in regards to the first apron. So
they should have cut Connaughton last year.
For real. He's a good trade piece or something, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. It really sucks. I can't really do that. Maybe we could get Giannis some help. How about that one? Let's reset this. Could you trade Cam Thomas on his rookie contract? Wow, you really can't do this.
Devin Booker on the Bucks.
Damn, this is nuts. What about Chris? Aggregate players in this. You can't aggregate players. I hate it. This is so ridiculous. The trade machine is not my friend today. I think a spot track is so accurate with all the trade rules, it's harder to do it. If we were on the ESPN one, they let anything fly. And it would be like, oh, that works. How about the Wizards and the Magic? And they make a trade for Jordan Poole.
Good luck with that.
Let's get nuts. $30 million for Jordan Poole. You send out They actually have a lot of money on their books. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if you could do Isaac straight up. Oh, it works. Isaac straight up works. But it wouldn't be Isaac straight up, obviously. It would be like Isaac and probably 2 firsts, maybe 1 first for Poole. Poole's still like a leader in the NBA in threes made and steals. So he's got some stuff where you could actually negotiate with at the trade table. And you'd be like, this is what he does. He produces on the court. You could say this is the image of Jordan Poole, the idea of Jordan Poole, but the stats, the numbers don't lie. He is 8th in the league in steals or whatever. I'd have to really check, but I know he's high in steals and high in made threes.
Let's see. Totals.
So it's something weird that, you could do something like this. You just got to keep an open mind to all of this, especially Cavs and Raptors. This is the ultimate sleeper pick right here. We're going to be sending Bruce Brown.
Poole is 25th in steals.
25th in total steals?
Yeah.
Or average?
No, in total steals.
Total?
And then he's 9th in 3-pointers made.
Nice. Said he was 8th.
At 39.4%.
See? So, I mean, he's at top 25 in steals, and he's top 10 in 3-point shooting. That's something.
No, he'd be nice on a contending team.
That's what I'm saying. You take the ball out of his hands, you give him a little bit less responsibility. I think Jordan Poole is decent. He's better as a marginal player, and we've seen that on the Warriors. When he's the fourth guy, that's cool. When he's the first guy, it's not cool.
Right. They just snapped their second 16-game losing streak last night.
Who am I trading here? Oh, yeah, I wanted to trade Scotty Barnes, but I don't think they would do that. But a piece of me does.
We're doing trades that don't make any sense.
So all right, so
that would work.
This is what we're doing. We're sending. Hold on, you've exceeded the allowable incoming. Oh, we need some more money.
They don't want you doing trades today.
They don't. 15 mil. All right. What about Karis LeVert? Oh, the apron. Yo, it's always the apron, bro. It's always the fucking apron. They're the biggest haters in the world.
Yeah.
It's the apron. Anyway, no Scotty Barnes to the Cavs. New trade for the Cavs. We got to get them a cool wing.
Zach LaVine.
Let's try it. Zach LaVine for $43 million. Let's see. Can they trade LeVert? Strus and Okoro? Trade is successful.
Throwing a pick probably too.
Draft picks, and it looks like Cleveland has some stuff. They have Utah's first in 2028, which is huge, big money. I think they're going to hold that down. They're not giving that away. So I think this would probably be a Cleveland 2026 first, and then potentially some 2 seconds or some shit. Let's say 2 seconds and a 29. 3 seconds and a first. 3 seconds, a first, Okoro, Strus, LeVert for LaVine. It works. I think something like this is realistic. I think LaVine is actually a pretty good player, and the people that aren't valuing him are probably just thinking about a little bit of an injury and kind of just his stint with the Bulls. You know, he had some beef with the organization. They stopped playing him. It was just this whole cat and mouse game with them last year, and now he's finally playing because he realized, listen, I just can't wait out for years or my trade value goes down and I won't be as good of a player. I'm just going to lose the talent, and he didn't want to do that. So he's out there playing now, but I think he's valuable.
Yeah, he's probably going to get shipped, I would think, ahead of that deadline.
What's one more wing? Right here. Let's go Cavs. Cavs and Nuggets trade. Nuggets are sending Michael Porter Jr. to Cleveland because he's from Ohio. And they're trading him for... Does Garland work? No. They're trading him for Donovan Mitchell.
See, it makes no sense. That works.
Makes no sense. It works. Here we go. We're making nonsense. What else can we do? We could try to cobble together. Boom, boom, boom. Right here. This works. What if you could do Karis LeVert, Max Strus for Michael Porter Jr. and the Cavs? Because it seems like, the GMs are just doing dumb shit with the Europeans. So Calvin Booth isn't going to invest in Jokic. He's just going to trade away stuff and try to get picks. So the Cavs are going to end up sending, you know what? They're going to send the Utah 2028 pick with LeVert and Strus for MPJ. How do you feel about this?
I like it for the Cavs.
You like it for the Cavs?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the Nuggets would do something like this. You have an expiring contract with LeVert, and then you have Strus for 2 more years, or 1 more year after this season at this $15 million number, which is a very tradable contract. You could piece it together and do something else too.
Yeah. It's a good trade for the Cavs.
Yeah, good trade for the Cavs, and a good trade for the Nuggets if they want to blow it up and aim for the Utah 2028 first. Because what's Utah going to be in 3 years? Who knows? I don't see them doing too much, but we'll find out. This could be Victor Wembanyama's little brother's year.
Amen.
Could be anything. What else? Let's get Jimmy Butler to the Pistons or something.
We did this.
We did this already?
Yeah, we did this last week.
Oh, we did this last week? All right. How about, like we said, the Ainge and the Riley trade. Utah Jazz were sending Jimmy Butler to Utah as a spite trade.
Spite trade.
We got a spite trade here, and we're going to get – who's going to come back? We're going to get P.J. Tucker in there. He's going to come back to the Heat because Pat Riley liked him. Sexton because Rozier's going through the gambling stuff. Yeah, that's right. Rozier gets thrown into this. We got to make the craziest trade. Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier, because Rozier was throwing games, literally point shaving, and then Jimmy Butler is doing his thing. So
he's point shaving himself.
Right. He's point shaving himself. So now the Utah Jazz must come up with a trade that could work. You've exceeded the allowable incoming value. Can't be Kessler. It would have to be Johnny Juzang. Here it is.
Not Johnny Juzang.
The Jazz acquire Jimmy Butler and Terry Rozier, and the Heat have to give up a pick because they're taking on bullshit. So what they want is, what would you want? What year would you want from Miami?
Like 2027.
Would you want just next year's Miami first?
Because Miami's going to have a decent record this year.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, but I mean, they're going to probably lose some, and they might have the chance to fall in the lottery in like the 14th pick. So maybe Utah wants the pick for next year, or maybe they don't want it next year and they go for like picks later. But I honestly think, as funny as this sounds, I think Utah is going to be getting the picks because the Heat are sending out the problem.
Right.
Right. And so that's what happened with Westbrook. Utah took on the problem, and then they bought him out because they didn't want him on the books. So maybe something like this happens. Rozier and Butler get casted away to Utah, and they must become Mormons to repent for their sins. What else do we got? We got how about
shade of the Pacers?
How about the Celtics shade of the Pacers? Right? Because that could happen.
Makes no sense.
First, I actually wanted to try this. Let's try to get Jimmy Butler on the Celtics.
Oh, no. Don't do
We're
that.
sending Drew Holiday and Al Horford. Maybe not Al Horford.
You need him. You need him for the playoffs.
Right. You need him for the playoffs. All right. I actually don't think this works. Wait, hold on. What if we do Jaylen Brown? Damn. Too much money. All right. Doesn't work.
Good.
Right. Good. All right. What did you say? Shea to the Pacers? Shea
Yes.
to the Pacers.
Let's trade away our franchise player that's carried us.
Right? Because Presti wants to reset. The team's not good enough.
Yeah, their 37-9 record isn't good enough.
So the Pacers are going all in, and they're going to trade Obadiah Toppin and Miles Turner for Shea.
Miles Turner has been brought up in trade talks for like at least.
And OKC, in the Pacers. Am I on the right side? Yeah, I'm on the Pacers draft picks. And the Pacers would then trade a lot. Swap, pick, their whole future. 3 firsts and 2 swaps. It'd be Miles Turner, Obi Toppin. They're trading their bigs for their shooting guard. And this is what the squad's going to be. So when you look at the Pacers players, it's going to be Halliburton, Siakam, Shea, Jarris Walker at the 4, and James Wiseman at the 5. NBA championship coming soon.
What a squad.
What a squad, man. That'd be elite. James Wiseman at the 5 in today's NBA. Come on. What else? How about let's do Portland Trailblazers and I'm feeling it. I gotta feel the heat. Where's the heat coming from? Magic?
Trade Impalo?
No, I don't know what just happened. We lost the screen.
You broke the trade machine.
We broke it. Let me refresh. I don't know. Must have been an ad that I couldn't back out of. Portland Trailblazers are actually going to send Scooter Henderson for Cole Anthony. But the Magic are going to send out some picks. The Magic's pick next year and a swap and a Detroit second. How's this? 2 firsts and a second for Scoot Henderson for Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a fleece job by the Trailblazers.
I mean, it's still 2 firsts. It's their pick this season, and then a swap the next season, and then Detroit second, which is a late first round pick. Detroit typically picks in the first 10 picks in every draft, so it's a decent second round pick. But the Pistons might actually be good. What are some other ones we could do? Warriors trade for Giannis. Let's see if we could do it.
They talked about that a few years ago.
Oh, he could only be aggregated. Ugh, that sucks. Well, if you send Draymond, hold on. Oh, now they aggregated. Son of a bitch. Nope. Damn. Yeah, Giannis is like untradeable, almost.
As it should be.
What if it's Giannis for Jimmy?
Hell no.
Let me try this. Come on. Every time I try Giannis for Jimmy, this ad comes up.
They don't want you to do it.
They don't. They're scared.
About to happen tomorrow.
So this trade fails because Giannis makes $11,000 more.
Broke boys.
Right, broke boys. I wonder if there's like a way to trade somebody. Could you do this and then second apron 11? Oh, come on. Who's AJ Green?
No, not the sharpshooter.
Damn, man. Yeah, Giannis feels untradeable. How about this? Bucks. Giannis to the Timberwolves for Gobert.
Giannis to the Timberwolves.
Oops.
I don't hate it. I don't hate
like that.
I don't for the Timberwolves.
You said trades that can't happen. We got to make trades that can't happen.
I like it. Timberwolves.
Oh, they won't let me trade Gobert until next year. No fun.
Got to wait for the off season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't aggregate. So stupid. All right. One last try with Giannis somewhere. Giannis to the Rockets.
Said at the same time.
Great minds think alike.
Mm-hmm.
What about Freddie Vans?
Freddie Van. He's got a big contract, doesn't he?
Because you can't aggregate, so you could only trade one player for one player. That's the Giannis. That's the double apron rule. So technically, this works.
Bucket.
And then the Rockets would trade. Giannis has 3 years left. That's actually, you have to trade a lot for this. The Dallas first from 2029. Think about AD. AD is going to be done in Dallas by then, right? Oh my God, this pick is worth $1 million. The Brooklyn pick in 2021.
I would love Giannis on the Timberwolves.
and then take like an OKC pick or some shit for 2 years from now. I don't know. It's a BS pick, but definitely Houston's not going to be in the lottery. You don't want to protect it, but probably that's what gets thrown into that shit. A pick that should never convey, and then maybe Milwaukee swap. All right, so 4 firsts in Fred VanVleet for Giannis, or should it even be? It should be even more firsts, right?
If Gobert is worth 5.
Right. If Gobert's worth 5, Mikal Bridges is worth 5.
Giannis is worth 10.
All right, so that seems to be they get Phoenix's first next year and this. So we'll add this. We'll add Dallas in 26, second rounder, and then a Memphis pick in second round. So 5 first. No, like you said, it should be more. All right, then an OKC first. Okay. So 6 firsts, 2 seconds, and Fred VanVleet for the Rockets to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is what we got. We did it. We made a Giannis trade. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. You know, this wasn't easy making a Giannis trade. But we got Giannis there. I wish we could get him to Brooklyn, but we can't. There's just not enough money. Who else? Can we get Embiid to the Phoenix Sun?
Ugh. Goddamn.
Bradley Beal.
Devin Booker.
Oh, we can't trade Embiid this season. But what about Bradley Beal for Paul George? Oh, and Beal makes too much money? That's stupid. Oh, Kyle Lowry has a no trade clause. Lowry and Conchar are the 2 that nobody talks about.
Those are championship winners right there.
Right? True.
Damn shame.
Champions. You're right. All right, so this Joel Embiid trade doesn't work. Damn. That's unfortunate. Because I was really excited for that. Can't trade him. Not this year. What about who's someone else that we could trade? What can we trade Jokic?
That would be another trade that wouldn't make sense. Yeah.
So we're going to trade Jokic. Jokic to Brooklyn.
It's always Cam Thomas.
Imagine Jokic and Cam Thomas. Come on. You got to keep Bojan on the team for Jokic. He likes him. Maybe Bojan. Maybe you trade him and Zeke Naji. Oh, my God. The Brooklyn Nets have to trade a bunch of picks.
But you're getting Jokic.
Yeah, they're not going to trade next year or the year after. They're going to trade the future. So it's going to be a Knicks first in 28, a Dallas first in 2029, which should be worth a lot, a Phoenix first. These are 3 firsts that are high value. They'll trade Houston first in 27. Houston should be good because they just got Giannis. And the Knicks first from this year as a swap. Or maybe just straight up because it's Jokic. All right, 5 firsts for Jokic. That still doesn't seem enough. Then a Brooklyn second round, 2 Brooklyn second rounds. And a Knicks first. Yeah, all right. So 6 firsts, 2 seconds. Bojan and Simmons. You got Jokic and Zeke Naji now.
What a trade.
Cam Thomas and Jokic.
Sound like NBA champions to me.
Thank you. It's music to my ears. Could we trade Cam Thomas to the Lakers?
For Luka.
Cam Thomas for Luka, straight up.
Hmm?
Doesn't work. So anyway, I wanted Luka to play with Cam Thomas. Trade him for Dalton Connect. Doesn't work. It has to be straight up like that. Oh, it has to be more. But Gabe Vincent. All right, maybe not him. Sheesh. This is impossible. You gotta trade Cam Reddish.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely gone.
You can't have that Cam on the team.
I think Cam Reddish is actually going to get traded, though.
Bruh, how are you supposed to click out of this thing? Are you guys seeing this? These ads? Dang, I don't know if we could get them there. Let's see. What about Cam Thomas and Bojan for Rui and Gabe Vincent? No, that's too much. I can't do a trade with the Brooklyn Nets. They're so stupid. I don't know why. The first apron seems more annoying than the second. Who could the Spurs get?
LeBron.
The Spurs trade for LeBron.
For Chris Paul. Straight
Luka
up.
doesn't want to play with LeBron. It's his team now.
There you go.
He wants Keldon Johnson. And oh, there we go. Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson are on the Lakers for LeBron James. Now Chris Paul and LeBron James are playing together. LeBron completes the banana boat.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about. That would be ridiculous. How about LeBron on the Thunder? Can it go down?
If the Luka trade went down, this one can go down.
Yep. Lou Dort and iHeart for LeBron.
Yes, sir.
What about Giannis for the Thunder? This would actually be like the most insane thing ever if this happened.
Give him the chip. Right there.
Oh my God.
Works.
What happens if this like imagine if it's Giannis and Chet
Nobody's getting the paint.
What the fuck? Nah, this team is crazy. So does that mean the Heat could do it too with Jimmy? Or does Jimmy make a little bit too much money?
Jimmy's making like 50 mil.
It works. All right, so the Thunder are the biggest threats right now before the trade deadline, especially because of this Luka move.
Got 4 days.
They have 4 days. They can trade Ihart and Dort for anybody. They can literally get any star in the league if they package the right amount of first-round picks, and they have 14 first-round picks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 firsts. Bananas. What else we got? We got the Bulls. How about the Bulls and Grizz? I'm trying to open it up for Matas Buzelis. So we're going to trade Patrick Williams
John
to the
Chicago.
Grizz for Marcus Smart.
Put John Chicago.
Put John Chicago. So 2 seconds and Marcus Smart for Pat Williams. Who says no? This is a weird trade, but it's actually something that might go down.
Yeah.
What if the Grizz want a little more wing depth? Because you want to put other big bodies next to Bane, next to Ja. You know, you don't want to just put another guard like Smart. That's why I did the trade for OG. But that's just me. Kings and Cavs. They're going for DeRozan. For this fails. All right, who else do we got? Who do you want to trade? DeRozan's actually an easy contract to trade. Like, this is something that I actually think works. I haven't tried it before, but I'm just thinking the contract seems so similar that maybe the Kings trade DeMar DeRozan for – yeah, look, see the contracts are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
The Kings go for Cam Johnson. DeRozan goes to the Nets. It works. So it'd probably be like the Kings would send –
He might get if Fox gets traded.
I don't know. That one's decent. Let's get a new one going. What about the Clippers making a move?
James Harden.
Clippers and Raptors. I don't even know what the move could be. What contract can we do?
James Harden for RJ Barrett.
Oh, maybe something like this. Hold up. Maybe Bruce Brown for these guys, but I think they probably give more than what Bruce Brown does. I feel like I'd rather have T-Man and Derrick Jones Jr.
Right?
Yeah. How about this? How about James Harden for Emmanuel Quickly?
All right.
It works.
That definitely makes no sense. So it works.
We're doing the no sense trades. Who else is a possibility? We could do Phoenix and the Grizz. And let's try to trade Ja
for KD.
For D-Book.
No,
it doesn't work. We're inching closer. John Jaren Jackson for Devin Booker and Nurk. The worst trade ever. You know what they need? A Brooklyn Nets Dallas Mavericks trade. Let's try to get Cam Thomas over there. Oh my God.
Cam Thomas and Kyrie reunited?
Reunited, and it feels so good. So the Mavericks are going to trade, next year's first. And, probably this one too. The 2027 first, because it's only the number 1 and number 2 overall pick protected. So there's like so strict protections this pick will never convey.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 firsts. 2 firsts and Dwight Powell for Cam Thomas. Now, if we go back to what my starting 5 would be, Kyrie, Cam Thomas, would you do PJ or Klay Thompson starting at the 3?
PJ,
me too. So Kyrie, Cam Thomas, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and then off the bench, you got Dinwiddie, Marshall, Lively, and then kind of Quentin Grimes. The 9th man is now the 10th man. He kind of falls off. But now you got Klay as like the 6th man type shit.
As he should be.
As he should be.
At this point in his career.
I love this. This is cool. Cam Thomas to the Mavs. I might have to make that trade in my 2K league.
Well, Dallas will trade anybody. We know that now.
Yeah. No loyalty.
Oh.
He said, we wanted an all-defense team.
Yeah, he said defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships. That was dirty.
Okay, buddy.
while having Kyrie on your squad.
Yeah. So why don't
And
you
Clay. And Clay, bro. Luka plays better defense than Klay Thompson.
Yeah, so
and
trade.
That's a fact.
So trade Kyrie if you're so worried about defense.
Trade Clay too.
Yeah. Well, Clay used to be able to defend, but
let's try Ja to Brooklyn. They're sick of the gun charges. They're over it.
He's got another case we don't know about.
Ben Simmons for Ja Morant, and the Brooklyn Nets give up $2026 first, 27 swap. Oh my god, I hate getting hit with this ad. This is the worst ad ever. Ben Simmons, Ja Morant, and then Brooklyn gives, what did I say, 26, 27 swap. Probably Brooklyn and 29 swap. And then Dallas first. 4 firsts and Ben Simmons for Ja. Improbable.
Works for the Nets.
Works for the Nets. You got Ja, and he's the point guard next to Cam Thomas. I would love a great point guard that would actually believe in him and embrace him. He's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's still an elite basketball player, and a team needs to figure out a way to work them in because he could fit in this league. There's room for a 6'4" shooting guard who could make anything he wants.
Right.
Crazy. Let's send Zion to Houston. No. Where should we send Zion?
To the Euro League.
Charlotte, then.
Even worse.
Yeah. Zion to Hornets for Miles Bridges and Grant Williams. And the Hornets would be giving up a protected first. Next year's protected first. And maybe a swap in 27. Zion doesn't have that much trade value, in my opinion.
Not at this point, no. Not until he shows that he can play a full season.
And then maybe a 27. Yeah, here. Let's do
healthy
3 firsts. One of them is a swap. So 2 firsts and a swap for Zion. I think this is reasonable. If anything, the Pelicans are getting a little bit too much, but you're getting the better player. So that's always a win. When you get the better player, you win the trade in most trades.
Yeah.
90% of trades, that's what happens. Jaylen Brown's still the highest paid player in the league. So he has like a truly untradeable contract. I bet. Yeah, Spot Track's cool, but they just have way too many ads. I'm not fucking with it. I'm fighting the ads more than I'm even doing trades. It's distracting as hell. But, man, that was it. We just did a whole bunch of trades, whole bunch of hypotheticals. But we do know something for a fact about the trade season is that Luka Doncic is in Los Angeles. And that's going to mean a lot of things. The Lakers made a big fucking splash as soon as Steve Ballmer opens the Intuit Dome with the Clippers and he's trying to take over and be the new cool thing in LA. Well, now Luka Doncic is the new cool thing in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the Intuit Dome. It's not the Wall. It's Luka fucking Doncic. It's Luka Magic. This is what he does. And now the kids are going to go bananas for Luka.
These next 4 days are going to be crazy too because this wasn't even the trade we expected at all. We're still waiting on Butler. We're waiting on Fox, Levine, Vooch, Brandon Ingram. So who knows what's going to happen the next 4 days.
I think the league is about to hit the reset button. I think some wild shit's about to happen.
I think it needed it.
I think you're going to see a fucking Jaylen Brown and Derek White for Trae Young and Clint Capella. You're going to see some wild shit. You're going to see something nuts that should have never happened.
I better not see that trade.
We're going to see something crazy.
Man. Wow.
Something big's going to happen. If this just happened, there's going to be a panic move. A team that was like, wait, what? Luka Doncic was on the trade market?
Yeah, these next 4 days are going to be.
I'm still mind blown. Like, the more and more I talk about it, I still don't believe it really happened.
I know.
Until I see it, and then I still might not believe it.
Luka in a Lakers jersey.
Right? Luka in a Lakers jersey. But think of everything about Luka. You know, the Mavericks trade for him. He's an incredible player, brings them to 2 Western Conference finals, wins 1, brings them to 1 NBA finals. Trae Young is actually the player that outlasts that draft. Now Trae Young is still with the Hawks, and Luka's the one who actually got moved on from.
Who would have thought?
Pretty interesting. You know, it's not even like the Lakers are buying on a high. They're saying, oh, this guy's out of shape, yada, yada, yada. They're saying he was a problem. You know, like he was more of a problem that they dumped. The Mavs are trying to spin it and make it seem like they made the smartest basketball decision possible. Who wouldn't have traded Luka? That's kind of what they're saying right now. They're trying to sound like the smart guys. And I think it's going to really come back to bite them in the ass because now you got AD out of LA. And he's out of LeBron's little control. And you know LeBron tried to have his paws on him and was like, no, you're eating this. And LeBron definitely had more control on him. Now he's his own man, and Kyrie's not going to tell him what to do.
Right.
You know, so we'll see what happens to AD. How old is AD? Look up his age real quick for me, please. He's got to be 33, at least.
He is 31.
31? Oh.
Turns 32 March 11th.
March 11th. So he turns 32 in a month. He's aging, and players are playing later than ever. I just don't know if AD will play into his, later 30s. He seems like a mid-30s, he's out guy.
I will say he played 76 games last year, and that's a career high.
Right, and it took a long time to get there. And does that feel more like an outlier?
Maybe, but he had another 2 seasons. He played 75. Back-to-back seasons, he played 75 when he was with the Pelicans.
Okay, well, let's see. Fingers crossed for AD's health. Hopefully he does stay healthy. Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to do that. We know how it is.
But now, next episode,
we know how it is.
Next episode could be crazy now.
Yeah, our next episode is going to be we're going to be mind blown. There's going to be a little bit more WNBA stuff as well that we could probably circle back to. There might be some tinkering to the trades that we don't know yet. I still think there's going to be something. And, man, the Valkyries got to make a move. You know, the Valkyries got to do some shit and just get crazy. Go for Dearica Hamby.
Got to see what the Sun are going to do. Jesus.
Go for Azare Stevens. Yeah, right. We got to see what the Sun are going to do. Hopefully we go for Hamby or Azare Stevens or something. I want a big. I think that's necessary. We can't just play around Fall and Udoda. You didn't even like Udoda in college. You don't like her for the Sun.
Go play overseas.
Yeah, so it's looking ugly for us. Maybe we get Tina Charles back. It's a perfect spot for her to come. We're a tanking team. We're going to be chips. There's going to be minutes at the big spot. Tina Charles, come do your thing on the squad that drafted you, on your rookie squad.
Mm-hmm. Close your career out that way.
Right, close your career out, Tina Charles. Did she get drafted by the Sun?
She got what?
Did she get drafted by the Sun? Am I tripping?
I think so.
It's just the UConn ties, you know? So I'm always thinking, like, was it just Connecticut? Yeah, she started 2010 at UConn and then the Connecticut Sun. She won MVP her third season.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got robbed in 2016.
By Gumake.
Yep. Never forget it. Led the league in points and rebounds and first in the East. And she still didn't win MVP. Never forgive the voters. But all right. That's it for the trade show. Let's see if Luka Doncic and Dorian Finney-Smith can change the Lakers' luck. And on the next show, hopefully, we have already seen Luka Doncic play in a Lakers jersey. And also by the next show, it will be February 9th, and the trade deadline is the 6th.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday. So we got that running up into it. And, of course, we'll see a bunch of guys in new jerseys by then. By the 9th, we'll see a shit ton because, like I said, the 6th is the deadline. And what did she say? What did Tracy Chapman say?
Oh, gosh.
What was the last line? I got to go look for it real quick.
Good.
You got to make a decision. Leave tonight. Live and die this way. I can't even do serious, bro.
Shout out to Chapman.
Our cooked ass show, but shout out to Tracy Chapman. Luka, you got your fast car. You got your ticket to anywhere. Now you need to make it happen. And on that note, we out.